Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We only want to take a look at the shorter time frame in this video. At some point later today, when I have a little bit more time, I will cover the daily chart as well. We normally do that once a day. Quick info that on the weekend, I'm going to send out again the weekly newsletter. If you're interested in receiving that, and it will include additional updates about different markets. Sometimes we include the NASDAQ, additional crypto updates, mindset stuff, then you can find the link for that in the description. It's completely for free. It provides additional updates which are not normally to be found anywhere here on YouTube or so. Okay, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Yesterday we discussed that we could have completed the B wave already. So this pullback, which is in 3 waves: A wave, B wave, C wave. Okay, so this would be an ABC structure complete, but only if this move down is a so-called WXY structure. WXY, then we can say that this move down, which started on Monday, the 7th of October, that this was a completed move down, right? Only as a WXY. So if this is a Y wave, then the internals can be complete. But a WXY structure, which is a so-called 3-3-3 structure, where the last leg down was also just a 3-wave move, A, B, C, okay, you can see that actually can easily be labeled as an A, B, C structure. This is not normally the most probable pathway. Normally, we're not looking for WXY structures. We know they can happen, and we just need to consider that in our positioning, trading strategies, for example. But it's normally not the most probable scenario. So we're normally looking for an A, B, C structure. And the A wave could have bottomed here, obviously, on the 3rd of October. Then we had the B wave rally. And in the C wave, we're normally looking for a 5-wave pattern. However, it's not guaranteed, of course. Okay, so that's why I often say, okay, look, we have come into the support region. We need to recognize it could have bottomed already, but we don't know that until we see further evidence, because a WXY is not the cleanest pattern typically that's out there, not the most probable one. It's not unlikely, but it typically would require additional updates or additional, let's say, evidence. It needs proving pretty much. So how do we deal with that? Well, from an analysis point of view, it's quite simple. We need a break above initial resistance to indicate that wave B already completed in our trend reversal area here, which is located between 60,860 and 55,480. What really matters is that the bulls turn up before the price breaks below 55,480, which is the 78.6 retracement level of the initial rally, which topped here, which topped here on the 27th of September. And ultimately that just needs to hold to keep the white scenario alive. From an analysis point of view, whether it forms another low or not is really just noise. But of course it does matter for positioning. Therefore, some traders choose to buy already slowly, carefully, when the price reaches the end of this kind of 3rd wave, because sometimes the 5th just doesn't happen. But we don't know that until the price breaks above resistance. Now, I'm still actually looking for one more low. It would be ideal. Why? It would be ideal because the price hasn't yet reached that 100% extension target at 58K, which would be the ideal target for this move down. And it's only a 3-wave move down. So while there are short C waves, or let's say short wave Ys, it would require additional evidence. Okay, so primarily as long as we're holding below 61,026, which is that 50% retracement, I'm looking for one more low. Above that level, unfortunately, we are a little bit in no man's land, because if we break above resistance, but the price hasn't proven that it can hold a higher low, we're likely in no man's land. Okay, so this would be the first indication we've bottomed. but I need to see a higher low hold and then a break above that high. That would increase probabilities we've bottomed. The problem is when it doesn't finish the pattern in an ideal way, it's not very clear, okay? Additional evidence that we've bottomed would be a break above this wave 1 low at around 62K. Why? Because the move down from the Monday high looks like an impulse. And a break of resistance is a good indication, but invalidation of a downward impulse occurs when the wave 4 and the wave 1 overlap. So that's the 62K level. So that would be the next key level to watch. But ultimately, we will have to see, because if it rallies from here, the move down looks incomplete, can be an indication it's extending, but it's too early to say that. I just want to make you aware that if we break above resistance now, don't necessarily expect it to go to the moon. It would have reversed in our trend reversal area, all good. However, it could move into, for example, even a larger WXY. So breaking above resistance now doesn't necessarily confirm we're going to the moon. It could just be a WXY, and then this is an ABC. Happens very often. So what we need to pay attention to is, after that, this swing high at 64,440. Yeah. And what I want to say is, if we rally now, I'm not convinced that we've bottomed. It would require some additional evidence. But overall, we are in the area where we're watching now for reversal. It just doesn't look like a complete pattern, which means, to keep it simple, that if we break out now, we have to consider other options, and it keeps the door, or let's say it leaves the door open for some short-term bearish, at least short-term bearish alternatives. For example, another test of support a little later before we then have a chance to attempt another rally. So that's how I see the Bitcoin chart at the moment. Specifically, I think important are the following levels to wrap it up. 55,480 as absolute key support for the bulls. In the very short term, by the way, I can take out this upper support area here. In the very short term as resistance, 61,026, and then the 62,050 level. Now, let's go to be very precise. Yeah, 62,050, which is this swing low from Tuesday. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, and please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.